Assalamualaikum. My name is Shamira Binti Sharil under the supervision of Madam Suzanawati Abu Hassan. In this video, I will present my research proposal. The title is Applying the SEIR model in forecasting the COVID-19 trend in Selangor. In this problem statement, according to Das et al., it stated that Selangor has the higher number of confirmed daily COVID-19 cases compared to other states in Malaysia. It occurred because of the Sri Petaling gathering which is stayed in Selangor. It impacts the majority of those who attend the gathering and can contributed to grow the cases of COVID-19. The government introduced a nationwide lockdown to control the trend of COVID-19 and reduce the COVID-19 outbreak in Selangor, and then it also impact the economy of this country. The main objective of this study is to forecast the trend of COVID-19 in Selangor. The specific objective of this study are to predict the cause of the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, and second, to demonstrate the capability of the SEIR model in projecting the number of COVID-19 cases. The scope of this study will use secondary data from the website of the Ministry of Health. This study only uses 4 types of data, such as the number of COVID confirmed cases, recovery instances, deaths, and cumulative cases in Selangor. Significance of this study will allow citizens in Selangor become aware of the severity of the COVID-19 pandemic and take an appropriate action. Then, the citizens in Selangor will obtain fresh and updated COVID-19 information, causing them to stay up to date on current issues in this pandemic. This study will also allow the Malaysian government to forecast the trend of COVID-19 in Malaysia, particularly in Selangor, which had the highest total number of cases for daily reported compared to other states in Malaysia. Then, the government can plan further on the steps that must be taken, and this action must be taken in accordance with the government instruction. An SEIR model takes seasonality and period doubling bifurcation model as the epidemic model. In an epidemic model in which the population consists of 4 groups, such as S is the fraction of susceptible individuals, those able to contract the disease. E is the fraction of exposed individuals, those who have been infected but are not yet infectious. I is the fraction of infective individuals, those capable of transmitting the disease, and R is the fraction of recovered individuals, those who have become immune. Susceptible individuals come into contact with and are subsequently exposed to one or more disease individuals in this population. The virus then incubates people for a period of time. After the incubation period, the exposed individual become more infectious and distribute the disease to other susceptible people in close contact with the person. For a specific amount of time, the sick infected individual is presumed to be contaminated, termed the infectious period, after which the person heals, dies, or becomes immune. A lot of studies have been conducted by other researchers to find the stable solution. In this study, it used other relevant methods aside from the SEIR model, such as logistic growth curve model. According to Zaman et al., assess the efficacy of the MCO with COVID-19 pandemic propagation by projecting the LGC. To examine the efficiency of the stage of MCO in Malaysia. Second is the neuro-fuzzy inference system. The result will increase of COVID-19 in the number of active positive patients can be slowed. According to LC et al., use NFIS to estimate the number of infected patients, and the result was to reduce the infection rates. Based on the previous study, Das et al. Used SEIR model to reflect the shift in spread dynamic by follow the MCO adoption. It also developed a novel COVID-19 for heterogeneity and asymptomatic transmission. Next, the study that conducted by Wright and Buddy used SEIR dynamic model to stimulate the control target scheme. Then, they provide clear macro decision in the field of infectious disease. According to Al-Tahi et al., the cause of the spread of COVID-19 pandemic were predicted and forecast using SEIR approach. Lastly, the study of Mahmood and Lim analyzed the MCO implementation of the COVID-19 trend and analyzed the MCO trade using the R software with package dissolve utilized the SEIR model. The model that will be used in this study is epidemic model, which is the SEIR model. The data that will be used in this study is a secondary data that collected from the Ministry of Health website. There will be 100 data of COVID-19 patients collected from June 18, 2020 until September 26, 2020 in Selangor. The data consists of information such as the number of confirmed cases, the number of recovered cases, the number of dead cases, and the number of cumulative cases. In the data analysis, there are 3 phases in the data analysis process that will be used in this study. The first phase is the model formulation. In this phase, the SEIR model are being restricted from the renormalized version of SEIR, then constitute the proportion in each compartment instead of the overall number of individuals. The second phase in this is the calculation for the solution. This study will use the R software to calculate the solution. The third phase is the stability of the analysis. In this phase, the model will be identified by using the model of SEIR model and can determine whether the model is stable or not of the equilibrium points. That's all from me. Thank you for watching my video.